The hearing Mushnick had hoped for had come to fruition, and on January 3rd, 1956, Mushnick, promoter Eddie Quinn, who also served as the Alliance's vice president, and NWA lawyer Harry Soffer met with Assistant Attorney General Stanley Nelson Barnes and FBI agent George Durr. Once in the room with these officials, the NWA guys broke kayfabe quicker than you could say the word, as they would cop to most of the charges. Now, if you had no understanding or prior knowledge of how American government worked in the 20th century, or honestly at any point throughout the country's history, you'd think, wait, they admitted it. It should all be over. And yet, NWA got away with all of it. All they had to do was do a complete reevaluation of Alliance rules and basically start over from scratch. That's it. Just the biggest sticking point was that a consent decree would be adopted, and that would be the biggest punishment for the NWA, as several politicians, including Congressman Mel Price and Senators Everett Dixon and Estes Kefauver, were friends of Sam Mushnick, Fred Kohler, and Tennessee promoters Nick Gulas and Roy Welch, who might have influenced the Justice Department just a little bit. June 8th would be an important day, as all sides would meet to agree on the consent decree, but the Antitrust Division would make sure that the Alliance knew every member needed to sign this binding agreement. After being approved by the government on June 25th, it would be signed by Attorney General Herbert Brownell Jr. The process would drag out until September 1st of that year, when all 36 members of the Alliance would meet at the 9th Annual NWA Convention, where they would sign the consent decree. Upon signing it, the NWA would dissolve its initial form into members agreeing to cancel all rules, regulations, and bylaws, setting up new ones within the terms of the court order. By January 4th, Thesz had won back his championship 2 months prior on November 9th, and a copy of a new NWA rulebook was mailed to the Justice Department. On December 19th, Stanley Disney would issue a statement that the case on the NWA was closed, as the NWA would go back to the same shenanigans as before, but now with a strongly worded letter from the government. Cal Eaton would leave the Alliance soon after signing the decree, and after pressure from a new athletic commission, would sell the office to wrestlers Jewel Strongbow and Sandor Szabo. We'd skip ahead a few years in this story to 1959. Barnett and Doyle had remained friends, as Doyle would be less than welcome in California, moving himself to Virginia to work for a new group known as the Capital Wrestling Corporation, under the auspices of Vincent J. McMahon and Toots Mother Bleepin' Mont. That's right, the Capital Wrestling Corporation. Johnny Doyle is one of the founding fathers of the company that would eventually become World Wrestling Entertainment.